Hello, welcome to everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me well, please let us know in the chat. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Perfect. Okay, we're going to start this webinar. So welcome and everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Perlette and I am an international project manager for the Joining School in France program. I will explain to you what is Joining School in France and how to apply to this program. Then my colleague from ESCP will provide insight about studying at ESCP Business School. So maybe you can introduce yourself, Roger.
Yes, well, hello. Glad to be here with you today. My name is Roger, and I'm admission officer for the Master in Management for all candidates who hold a degree outside of France. So I'll be presenting a little bit about the school, admissions process, and happy to answer your questions as well.
Perfect. So we have a chat, so make sure that if you have any questions, to write them down so we can later answer to your questions at the end. All right. So now I'm going to start by introducing Joining School in France. So what is Joining School in France? Joining School in France was created in 1984 by the International Admission Department of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Paris. So we work with 5 business schools to simplify the application process for international students. So our mission is to help students apply to 5 business schools through a single process. So you don't have to make 5 separate files for different business schools, just one file just for 5 business schools, sorry. And is it very efficient because this is a streamlined admission process and you don't have to make different files and you only pay one single fee for 5 business schools. So now I'm going to talk about the 5 business schools we're working with. First of all, we work with HEC. So this is a school that was created in 1881, sorry. And this is the first business school, the #1 business school in France. This is highly ranked and they have a lot of international accreditation, sorry. And this is the second best master in management in the world, according to the Financial Times. Then we have ESCP, who is presenting today. So it was created in 1819. They have 6 campuses in Europe, in London, in Paris, in Spain, in Italy, Germany, and Poland. And they are in the top 5 of the best business school here in France, and they are in the top 10 of the best master in management in the world, according to the Financial Times. Then we have emlyon Business School, which was created in 1872. They are in the top 5 of the best business school here in France. They have 4 campuses all over the world, 2 in France, 1 in China, and 1 in India. And they are in the top 20, of the best master in management in the world, according to the Financial Times. Then we have SKEMA Business School, which was created in 2009. And it seems to be very new because actually this is a fusion of 2 whole business schools, one in Lille and one in Sofia. That's why it was created recently. And actually, in a few years, they managed to be in the top 10 of the best business school in France. And they have 7 campuses all over the world, in the United States, in Brazil, in Dubai, China, and France. And they are in the top 20 of the best master in management in the world, according to the Financial Times. Finally, we have Audencia, which was created in 1900, and they are in the top 10 of the best business school in France, in the top 30 of the best master in management, according to the Financial Times, and they have 10 campuses all over the world. So if you want to have more information about the schools, I would recommend you to scan this QR code, and then you have more information about each business schools, or you can visit their website to have even more details about each business schools. So now I'm going to talk about the application process. So the step number 1 is to go online and to complete a form, an application form. You will have to upload all the documentation required, and then after that, we will review your application. The team will review your application to know if every document is confirmed, And if it's not confirmed, we will send you an email to let you know about what is not right. But if everything is right, then we will send your application to the business schools, and they will review your application and make a pre-selection to know if you are eligible for the next step, which means the interview session. Sorry. Then you will receive an invitation from us to have one single interview for all the schools you've been invited to. So it will be a one-on-one interview in one of our interview center in the world. And in exceptional case, it can be online. After the interview, we will send your interview performance to the schools, and then they will make a final admission process. So they will review your application files once again with your interview scores. And then you will have the final result, and you will select the schools of your choice. So sometimes you have questions about whether or not there will be a difference in treatment if the students apply directly through the school portals or through Junior School in France. The answer is no, there is no difference in treatment. The only difference is that you get to apply to 5 business schools at the same time, and you gain time. But there is no difference in treatments because the people that will review application through Journey School in France and through the direct portals will be the same people. Because after you complete your form, we will send your application directly through the schools. So now I'm going to talk about the requirements. So to be eligible for the Master in Management, you have to hold a degree in higher education outside of France, which means that it has to be an international degree. It can be in all field of study. It can be in art or it can be in engineering. It does not matter. They will review the quality of your application and what you can bring to the schools. You just need to have a bachelor degree or a license or a banking. If you don't have your degree yet, then you can give us your registration certificate. So you have to be currently studying in the last year of your degree. So now I'm going to talk about the document that you need to upload. So first of all, you need to upload a CV. So make sure that your CV is up to date and all the information is appears in your CV. You need to upload as well your passport or an ID card, a headshot photo, 2 recommendation letters. It can be one academic one and one professional one. Make sure that in your recommendation letter that the date appears and a signature appears, so we can know that this is a legitimate recommendation letters. Then you have to upload an English test if you are not an English, if you don't come from an English-speaking country. So we accept the TOEIC, the TOEFL, the IELTS, or the Cambridge test. Then you have to upload a management test. We accept the GRE, TAJMAS, the GMAT, and the CAT for Indian students. Then you have to apply a copy of your degree, or if you don't have your degree yet, you have to apply a copy of your registration certificate. You also have to apply your grade transcripts. Make sure to upload all the year of your transcript, because sometimes people only applied 1 year, but we need to have each year of each transcript of each year of your degree. And finally, you have to pay the application fees of 200 euros, of 250 euros, sorry. Now I'm going to talk about the management test. So first of all, we accept the GMAT, which means that you have to make sure that to add us as the recipient of your score. So it's mandatory because sometimes students forget to add us as the recipient of your scores, and it can delay your application. So make sure that you do all the necessary. Then same thing for the GRE. You have to select Joining School in France so the code is 1259. And for the Tajma, I think it's not mandatory, but yeah, this is one of the tests that we accept. And finally, the TASEM. If you don't find a date for the Tajma, you can contact us to do the TASEM test. This is a test that we actually have created here in the Chamber of Commerce. So in case you have a problem, you can contact us and we can add you for this test. So now I'm going to talk about the interview sessions. So we organize interview center all over the world, as I said. So we work with different partners. So it can be Campus France, Alliance Française, CCI, or the French embassies. You have to select a city of your choice, and then you will have one unique interview for the 5 business schools. So which means that if you have been invited to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools, it's only one interview. And then the interview will last between 20 to 30 minutes, and it will be entirely in English. The jury will be composed of two or three alumni, but in some cases it can be one of our partners from the Campus France or Alliance Française, or it can be someone from the team. So the questions that you will have will be about your motivation, your academic background, your professional aspiration, and your general knowledge regarding a topic about the news and that kind of things. So if I have one advice to give you, I will say that to be authentic and to share your general motivation and aspiration. The jury members don't want to have the impression that you learn your speech. Also, I will advise you to research about the schools and to stay informed about what's going on in the world and the business trends. And if you are not good at your communication, I would advise you to work on your communication so it can be as smooth as possible and obviously to dress professionally. So now I push you a calendar of the different rounds that we have for the Joining School in France program. So currently we are in the round 2. So make sure to check all the deadlines to be able to prepare your application on time and to know when to apply. Now I have a presentation of the team. So I will make a quick presentation of the team. We have Siali Assous, who is the head of Joining School in France. And then we have my colleague Binta, who is an international project manager as well, but for Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. And then you have myself for North and South America, South Asia countries outside of China, and Oceania. And then you have my colleague Jing, who is in charge of China. So it's almost the end of this presentation at least for Joining School in France program. But if you have more questions that you would like to discuss in person, you can book a call with one person of the team. So you can scan the QR code at the left to have a one-on-one meeting. And if you want to start an application, then you have the QR code at your right, and you can start an application through this link. So thank you for your attention. This is the end of the presentation for Joining School in France, but I will let my colleague present ESCP Business School programs, and then we will answer to your question at the end of this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Perlette.
No problem.
I see a few questions already here in the chat.
Okay.
Maybe it's better if you ask them in the Q in our session, the Q&A. Sorry.
Yeah, we will answer the question at the end of the presentation. Maybe it's better like this.
It's better than yeah, it keeps registered there. But well, good to be with you here. I'm gonna share my screen as well, with a little presentation about the school and the MIM, yes, which is the project that we are interested in here today. There we go. There we go. So talking about the MIM, It's a very special degree. It's a very special program that we have here at the school, and we share with other schools. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So just about the school, Pat did a great job talking about the schools and explaining their particularities. Just to recap, then, we are the first business school in the world, the first created in the timeline, with over 150 academic partnerships in Europe, in any other 50 other countries around the world. A very strong network of alumni in over 200 countries in the world. Yeah, and our Master in Finance is the first, is ranked the first according to the Financial Times, or MEMA, the fifth in Europe. And we have 5 beautiful campuses, 6 actually, but Warsaw is not really on there yet, but we have Berlin, London, Madrid, Paris, and Turin. Okay. The MEM program. So it's a very customizable program. Yeah? You all gonna share the same overall structure, the basics, and the way it's gonna be unfold. And the requirements for the program are shared as well among all candidates. But you can choose what you're gonna get at the end, which mean which degrees you're gonna get. You can get double degrees, dual degrees, for instance. What you're gonna study. So all the specializations, all the electives that you be able to pick from over 70 specializations and electives. Where you're gonna study. So which campus. This is up to you as well. How you're gonna unfold and how you're gonna do your path with us, and when you're gonna study. Because you can take gap semesters, you can do internships throughout your MEM. MEM is how we call it affectionately, the Master in Management. So the structure of the program, it goes as it follows. In July to September, we have the preterm, which is online classes, the catch-up courses, really, for people who don't have a background in management. So these classes are designed to make you be up to speed with everything you're going to see during your master's, the 2 years that you're going to take. So for instance, if you come from other fields such as medicine, engineering, so on and so forth, the academic directors will study your CV, will study your transcripts, and they're going to decide if you need to take a few classes. They are all online, and you don't have to be here to take them. They take a month, and just as a preparation. Then you start your M1, your Master 1 in September to December. The first semester are the management core courses. So they're all shared across all campuses. They are the basis, okay? So at this moment, you don't choose what you study. You have these core courses. From the second semester onwards, you can start picking and choosing which classes, which courses we're going to take. Yes. And it goes like this, with the possibility of taking gap semesters as well from the first years onwards. What else? A new track that we have for the Master in Management now is a partnership we have with SEEBS, Global Master in Management. It is a fast track, is a master's degree, is a MEM that you can complete in 14 months. Is a dual degrees, so you're going to get 2 degrees at the end with European and Asian institutions, partnerships, and you go through 4 countries while you're studying: China, France, UK, and Switzerland. So this is a fresh new track designed for those who are in a hurry and want to join the workforce as soon as possible and gain vast international experience, especially in Chinese European partnerships. About the international mobility, this is one of the things we are most proud of here, and one of the strengths of our Master in Management program. You can study in at least 2 different countries, so you don't have the choice. You cannot spend the whole duration of the masters in one country. You have to go through at least 2. Yes. Maximum of 3 semesters in the same country, and you can choose, of course, 4 countries if you wish, if you want to do 1 semester in every country. Yeah? Plus the possibility of dual degrees, where you go do a little time studying with our partner institutions in the US, South America, in Asia, and so on and so forth. So international mobility is at the core of this program and is very important. Gap semesters and gap years. So you have a maximum of 4 years to obtain your master's degree. So you can do in 2 years if you're in a hurry, and or you can do up to 4 years, considering that you take a few gap semesters, you do internships. So gap semesters cannot be taken during the M1 because these are core subjects, it's very important, only from the second year onwards. You can start your first semester of the Master 2 in either September on the fall term or in January in the spring term if you take a gap semester, okay? Academic requirements, then this is how it goes. The Master in Management 4 years, as I said, you obtain a total of 120 credits at the end. And these are the structure. Okay, so a lot of details, how we structure the Master in Management. For the Master 1, you have the 6 management core courses in the first semester, plus 1 advanced management course, 1 specialization, and up to 2 language courses. So let's say if you want to pick up some Spanish or Italian or German, and you can obtain up a C1 level, which is an advanced level in one of these languages, at the same time you're taking your management classes, okay? What else we have here? Your degree choices, of course. So as we have partnerships with different institutions and campuses in different countries, you can obtain different degrees. So you can have 2 degrees at the end of your master. Here we have a short list of those. For example, in French, so in France, of course, you have the grade de master. In German, you can be a Master of Science, and so on and so forth. Dual degrees in the exchanges, up to 46 dual degrees available. So many different disciplines you can, as you can see, this is just some examples: accounting, data analytics, engineering, finance, hospitality, and up to over 25 international partners in Asia, more than 40 in Europe, 30 in the Americas, and many more around the world. So what do you gain by doing this master is really this international exposure to many different cultures, many different ways to understanding and doing business. Okay, other studies choices. So some examples of electives in the specializations. We have over 71. So I'm sure you'll be able to find what suits you, what you like, what you need among all these specializations. These are just some examples that you're going to be able to customize your master from the first semester. Another important part is that you must validate at least 36 weeks of professional experience. So this is part of your master's. In each one of these experience has to have a minimum of 8 weeks. So, you know, the time of having a proper internship as we consider. Okay. We also offer the apprenticeship track, which is very interested for students who are willing to work and study at the same time. We offer from the Master 1, plus the places are limited, so they are based on your ranking during the admission process. And from the second year, it's open to everybody. It's basically a system where you are employed, you go to work for a few weeks, a few months, and then you come to school for other time. So you make an agreement with your employer, how you're going to divide your time, and you study and you work at the same time. Okay. The company pays for your fees and you have a salary as well. So it's pretty interesting. There are some conditions though. You have to be fluent in French, which is it's a condition to access to this path. Okay, and you have to find yourself the company they're going to be your sponsor. What else? Some practical information about financing your studies. We have a lot of questions about scholarships. ESCP offers for the Master in Management 2 types of scholarships. The merit-based scholarship, which is a scholarship we give to the very best candidates at the end of the admissions process. So we do an average of all your tests and grades and interviews, and the best candidates are offered up to 100% of tuition fees for the first year. So there are two types, 50% or 100% according to your grades. So this is very interesting, only for the first year. And we also have needs-based scholarship. So during your enrollment, if you feel that you need that assistance, we put you in contact with our department, scholarship department, that will be able to guide you and help you providing the documentation and see if you're eligible for this scholarship. And other than that, of course, each one of the countries where we have a campus have their own scholarship programs, and we can help you assess that as well and guide you through this process. Okay. And I think that's it. That's it. Well, there's many more information here. This interest carry impact as well. I mean, what's the outcome, the average outcome of people coming out of these master in management? As you can see, 100% found a job within 3 months of graduation. This is due, of course, to the extensive network of alumni and the renown of the school in Europe and in the world. Okay. And I think that's it for now. If you have other questions regarding admissions and things like that, to be able to help you.
Okay, if you have any questions, you can write them down in the chat so we can answer to your questions in real time.
Let me see questions.
I've tried to reply to some of the questions already in the chat, but if you have more questions, you can write them down.
Yes, regarding then, I have someone here which is French and has a French-Irish double degrees. We are in, what we need basically is 180 ECTs, so 100 credits. You must have completed that. If it's 2 years in Ireland or 2 years in France and 1 year, but it must be 180 ECTs, okay?
Yeah, so you have to have at least one degree that is recognized outside of France, which means if it's a double degree, if it's recognized in Ireland, then you are eligible. But if it's only a French degree, then you will have to go through the Concours Grande École.
And if you're British, and of course you can have a waiver for the English test.
Yeah, if you come from an English-speaking country, you don't need to do the English exam.
Yes. People who study in Beirut as well, the American University, you have a waiver as well for the English test if you wish.
Yeah.
Okay, the keyword code we're gonna share later. Maybe someone is asking for the keyword code for one-to-one meeting. Very good.
Yeah, I've shared actually a link if they want to book a session with us, but I can show the QR code again later.
Okay.
Do we have more questions?
Someone said something about, let's see. La langue de la réunion a été changée for English, isn't it? Someone said that. Well, if it's the official language of the country, I mean. But the thing is, it's all the classes are in English across different campuses in Europe, and so you must be sure that you can follow. Even if you did your bachelor's in English, it's a high level, so we expect a C1 level, an advanced level. Okay, so keep that in mind. No, if you are from an English-speaking country, you don't have to take an English test. With your passport would suffice as a waiver.
Do we have more questions? Well, if we don't have more questions, then maybe we can. Oh, okay. It was very clear. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Okay. Do we have more questions? Don't be shy. You can ask whatever questions you have in mind. Okay. I did my 3-year bachelor degree entirely in English, so I don't need to take an English test, right? No, you don't need an English test. You just need a certificate from your school stating that all your classes were in English. Do we have more questions? You're welcome.
Well, sometimes the questions come after when you start
Yeah.
going through the process. I don't remember these, so of course you can feel free to write us at any
If
time.
someone is coming from a non-Euro country, EU country, sorry, should they choose other campuses other than Paris for apprenticeship?
So how it goes, the process during your enrollment, during the process, we're gonna tell us that you're interested in the apprenticeship track. So the academic directors, they're gonna study your profile and they're gonna see if you're eligible for this track from the master one, huh? If you want to start and already do the apprenticeship. If you're eligible, then you're gonna be independently of the campus you chose. You have to come to Paris, and then you are relocated to Paris. Okay. You can choose any campus you want. You can do the path you would like to do, and if you're eligible for the apprenticeship track, then you come to Paris. But you must speak French. C1 level in French is required.
Do you have more questions? You're welcome. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Just a little tip from an admissions officer point of view that helps.
Okay, I will let you talk then.
When you're doing your application, it's very important that you inform us your GPA. Okay. Because you come from different institutions, and sometimes we have to spend a lot of time looking for that specific information. So make sure that you tell us what's your GPA. We're gonna check, of course, but it helps us a lot. Okay, just from the top of my mind, looking forward for you to see your application soon.
Yeah, that's for sure. Make sure that your application is clear as possible, because sometimes we have to look for information and it will just delay the application review process. So I will recommend to make an application as clear as possible. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us. So we will answer your question as quick as possible. Can I mail you my CV for evaluation? Yes, you can if you want to. You can. I will put our email address. Do we have more questions? Okay, if we don't have more questions, then you can contact us later through our email address, or you can contact Roger. Maybe Roger, you can write your email address as well.
Sure thing.
I am currently doing my double degree in Italy, so it's not officially completed yet. This is not a problem, right? Are you in your final year of your study? Yes, this is not a problem. Then you will give your degree later. But
Yes.
if you're in a final year, you can still apply.
So for us at the ESCP, we need your degree by November, 30 November 2026. So by then, we need something, we need something
Yeah.
from your school saying that you completed your bachelor.
Yes.
There, I put my email here as well. This is the international admissions email. So if you hold a French degree, this is not your address email, but I think no one here is, I don't think. But anyways, feel free to write us, ask questions, okay? And we be here to help you the best we can. We know it's a long process and there's a lot of things to think about. So the earlier we start preparing, asking you questions, you're going to be better prepared. Go to your interview relaxed and do a good job. And 2026 be with us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. You're welcome, Shrirai. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. You're welcome. It's good to know that you like the structure of the session. So thank you again for everyone that was connected to this session. If you have more questions, do not hesitate to contact us through the email address that we put. And thank you again.
Thank you again. See you around. See you soon, maybe.
See you. Oh, we have a final
Oh, you have
question,
a
maybe.
question.
Yeah.
Ask me. He's writing. Oh, it must be a long question.
Yeah.
It's taking his time. The
What
average
is it?
score. That's a question we have a lot. The average score. I never know from the top of my head. I can take a look here quickly. Let me see. Let me see. Let us see. Okay. I'm gonna tell you if you have 1 minute.
For the GMAT too as well.
The GMAT as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, GMAT we have 660, 680. It's already acceptable. Okay. We don't have a minimum score that we required, so it's
Yeah, that's
best.
what I wanted to say. This is not, they don't have like a minimum score, but they have a score that is the average, but
Yes.
they don't have,
And then GRE total 325 is already okay. From that upwards, yes. But yeah, we don't have a minimum score. So if you do both classic and focus, if you do really bad, then you're not eligible. If you do really well, it's a plus. Okay, but it's there's no minimum or average required. Just do the best you can.
yes. This is like just a section of the application review. They will review your application in its entirety. So make sure to do your best because it's still a competition. So yeah, you just have to make your best. What do you mean as me?
317 out of 340. I don't remember exactly what's the scoring of the GRE. You know, what's the maximum? I'm just looking quickly through my my notes here from a previous year, seeing the grades. So that's it's not an official test score that you may have. I'm just looking for the candidates who are eligible last year, and what are the average sort of grades I see here. So all sorts, you see. Um,
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so now it's the end of this webinar. Thank you again for everyone that was connected. And as I said, do not hesitate to contact us through our email address. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.